everybody. Welcome back. This is the IRS Radio Hour on AM 560.
The Answer.
And we're going to, first I wanted to, again, mention Freedom Summit that go next Saturday. I love the Freedom Summit. I think
You'll be there.
I will be there.
I will be there.
You'll have a great time, so I'm going to tell you to go. And I just think it's the greatest thing, and I want you to go. And so let's
I might hand out at Properties Bubbles.
So let's do the next segment.
And now, here's that man with a head just crammed full of knowledge, Mr. Know-It-All.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Know-It-All, the segment where attorney Stephen Leahy gives us his infinite wisdom on all things flat earth.
I happen to know a lot about the flat earth because of that, because I did watch a lot of that.
So we're teasing next week, ladies and gentlemen. It's not going to be necessarily content-driven. It is our Halloween episode. It's the same thing like with their
But
Christmas.
it will be mystery-driven.
But it is it's like our Christmas episode or our Easter episode where we...
Do we have those?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I forget. I like
our 4th of July episode where we talk entirely about
the veterans.
The Veterans Day. So we... Anyway,
veterans.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, the question this week.
The question is, what should I do if the Department of Treasury Investigations calls me and wants to talk to me? Or the IRS wants to talk to me?
That is. Should I
well,
go?
Here's
what
the
if
answer.
I did nothing wrong?
Well, then most of us didn't do anything wrong, and that's where this is where we get into trouble, okay? Because there's this law out there. It's Section 1001. I think it's Title 18, Section 1001. And this is about lying to the federal government or government investigation. So it's not just the FBI, and this is what they've kind of been called the Martha Stewart law now, because that's why she went to jail, not because she did anything wrong, but because when they questioned her, she said something false. Same thing with General Flynn, right? Hey, he didn't break the law, but when they questioned him, he said something that wasn't true. Same thing with Papadopoulos, I believe that's his name. That he didn't do anything illegal, but when they questioned him about it, he said something false. And so all these people say, well, I haven't done anything wrong. So yeah, I'll just let's just sit down and talk to them. I'll answer their questions. Now, when someone's calling you, now again, it's any of those alphabet, the FBI, the IRS, the Department of Justice, OSHA, your local police department. Any of them call you and want to invite you down to talk to them. Tell them, I'd like to cooperate with you 100%, sir, but I have an attorney, and I need to contact my attorney about this and let him deal with this. And so if it's the IRS or Department of Treasury, then you call me. Okay, and you've heard me on the radio. I might not be your lawyer today, but I could be. And so if they're calling you and they say, come on down, we got some. Well, it's not about you. It's about a friend of yours. It's about somebody. Come on down, and we just had some questions.
Come on
and
in.
You say, I haven't done anything wrong. So, okay, I'll come down and talk to you. Okay, so here's the problem. Okay, this is a problem. What I would tell people is, do not go. Call your lawyer. And then when you call me, at 312-664-6649, I'm going to tell you, don't go. I'm still not going to let you go. And he goes, well, you're going to be there with me, so what's the problem? I'm going to have a lawyer go down, and it's going to cost me some money, but I'm going to go down, and I'm going to have a lawyer with me. And I would say, no, don't go even with your lawyer. Don't go. Make them indict you. Make them do something. Okay? Because just because your lawyer's sitting there, it doesn't mean that that they're not going to come after you for what you said. You can still say something that's factually wrong,
and then that's what you're going to.
And then they're going to get you in trouble. Why put yourself at risk? For what? For what's the purpose of putting yourself at risk? Now, they have these things they call proffers, and that's when you can go and say, listen, my client wants to talk to you, but he wants some immunity or something. He wants to be able to, and there's ways that these guys use to go around the immunity. It's so narrow. They don't just give you full immunity, because everybody says, if anybody ever gives you full immunity about anything, then you come out and you tell them everything you've ever done in your life, right? Because they could never, ever come after you for it. Exactly. But usually these things are limited immunity. So it's just with this. If what you tell them they could have found somewhere else, then they could say, well, we found it somewhere else. You're still going to be liable for it. And maybe what you told them is how it told them to go look at another way to find out what you just told them, and they wouldn't have known another way to look at that.
Now.
Okay, go ahead. Why?
because I did nothing wrong.
Exactly, you did nothing wrong. What you might do wrong is answer a question falsely.
And I just wanted you to repeat
and sometimes,
that for
and
the
sometimes
folks out there.
again, you didn't do anything wrong, and you think it's an honest thing, and remember, they know when they're calling you in, they know something. You don't know what they know, and they're going to ask you questions that if you counter it, they already know the answer to the question. Or at least they think they know the answer to the question. And so when you don't answer it correctly, they've got you. Okay, so first, tell them, I got to talk to my lawyer. Let me talk to my lawyer. He'll contact you. And then you'll contact me or another lawyer. And then I'll tell you. Don't go. Anyway, I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
That's right. Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question for Attorney Stephen Leahy, or if you have any I almost said quack. Tax questions.
That's a doctor.
If you have any tax questions or anything really regarding bankruptcies, which we talked about in the blog segment earlier in the show, if you guys are just tuning in, call Open Tax Resolution today, 312-664-6649, and visit ChicagoTaxTeam.com. It's going to be your hub to fight the IRS. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get your answer, or let's get your question answered today, because let's not let it fester like an open wound.
Uncle.
Anyway, listen to our sponsors come right back. AM 560.
The answer.